If you're new to crypto and starting with zero or next to zero invested in this market and wondering how you can build a six-figure portfolio, then this video is for you. I'm going to go through my 6-step process for building a six-figure crypto portfolio that I have personally used over the last 3.5 years in the crypto space, and I'm going to give you practical tips that you can start using today. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Crypto.Trainer YouTube channel, where we teach crypto for the average Joe. And the first step you need to take on your path to six figures in crypto is starting small. And starting small is a relative term depending on the size of the bag that you're bringing into the crypto space. Small to someone might mean $50 or $500, and small to someone else might mean $5,000 or $50,000. Whatever that term means to you, that's where you need to start. I strongly encourage you to start small and learn as you go. I like to think of it like when you're new to crypto, you're like a level 1 character in a video game. You have level 1 weapons, you have level 1 abilities. And the crypto market has some stuff that can really cripple you when it comes to volatility, when it comes to projects that end up being rug pulls. There's just a lot of things in crypto that are challenging to navigate. And when you're new in the space, it is a bad idea to immediately ape money into the first project you find, which is what a lot of people in crypto do, because they generally join when there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of FOMO, and that's another reason why it's important to start small. If you're new in the crypto space, you're probably joining closer to a market top than you are to the market bottom, because generally newcomers join as things get exciting, prices going up, and we're probably closer to a correction than we are from finding a bottom. And so people come into the space, they ate money in, they're near the top of the market, and then they look up and a month later they're down 50%. They say crypto's a scam, but in reality, they just didn't know what they were doing. And the second step you need to take on your path to six figures is using data as your compass. And it might sound cliche, but if you're not using data as the foundation of the decisions that you're making in navigating the crypto market, you are definitely doing it wrong. And there are a million data points that you can go out there and look at depending on what your goals are. But when I was getting started, there were 3 data points that I consistently looked at. And these are data points that I still use today. And the first data point is just having an understanding of the Bitcoin 4-year cycle halvings and where we are in that cycle. So like I said earlier, a lot of people enter the market near a market top, and generally these people have no idea about the Bitcoin halving and how that has an influence on the market and where we might be in relation to historically seeing market corrections from the Bitcoin halving. So just understanding where we are on that roller coaster ride is an important data point that you can use to make sure you're navigating the market in a smart way. And the second data point you can use is the MVRV score for Bitcoin. And this chart has historically been very accurate at showing times when Bitcoin is overvalued or undervalued. So basically, when you're looking at the chart here, when you get near the top and you get near the red sections, that's probably where Bitcoin's getting a little overextended. You can expect a correction. And near the bottom of the chart in the green area is historically when the best buying opportunities have presented themselves. And I took advantage of this by saying no matter how much fear was in the market, when I saw Bitcoin dip into the green area on that chart, I was going to accumulate as much as I possibly could. And that's exactly what I did when Bitcoin was around $15,000 and $16,000. And the third data point that's very simple that anyone can use is just building a foundational understanding of very simple moving averages in technical analysis. So looking at like the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, and just understanding on a chart using something like TradingView, how is price reacting and where is price sitting in relation to those moving averages. There are a lot of newcomers in the crypto space that would save themselves a lot of money if they just looked at a chart and had a basic understanding of moving averages and realized when a chart was rejecting from or using a 50 or a 200-day moving average as support. And again, this is something I personally used when it came to Bitcoin. There was a time where Bitcoin fell below the 200 weekly moving average for the first time in history over the last couple of years. And I told myself when that happened, I was going to be sure to accumulate Bitcoin because it likely wouldn't stay below that average long, and it surely didn't. The third step on our path to six figures in crypto is understanding that FOMO and emotion will crush you. The crypto market has one job, and that is to make you feel forced to act. The market loves taking price either up to a level of resistance or down to a critical level of support and make the least experienced people in the space feel like they have to act based on emotion. That is what the market is designed to do. And I see time and time again, people will hear about a coin and you ignore it. And then the next thing you know, a week later, it's up 30% and you're like, I'll wait on a dip. And then another week goes by and it's up 50% again. And everyone's talking about how it's going to do another 10 or 50 or 100x from here. And you finally say, screw it. I'm going to get in. I'm going to buy now. And I'm buying into the next 100x crypto gem. And then the next thing you know, 2 days later, it's down 50%. This cycle happens time and time again in crypto. And you have to avoid giving into that FOMO or giving into that emotion, especially given you're probably newer in the space. And like I said earlier, you're a level 1 character in a video game. You don't have the skill set to deal with that emotion, to deal with the volatility and make the smartest decisions. You need to grow and learn as you go. More often than not, especially when you're new in crypto, if you feel like the market is pushing you to do something, more often than not, you should probably do the opposite. If you feel like everything in crypto is only going to go up and we're going to do another 50x in the next month or two, it's probably time to pump the brakes, maybe take some profits off the table. Likewise, if you think crypto is going to zero and it's over and this industry is dead, it's probably time to start putting some money into the market. Think about doing the opposite of what most people in the market are doing. As you're working to try to build a portfolio over time, making just one terrible decision based on FOMO, based on emotion can completely wreck your portfolio. You have to avoid it at all costs. The fourth step you need to take on your path to six figures in crypto is removing your ego. You're not early. You're not smarter than the market. One of my favorite sayings I've come across in my time in crypto is that you should have strong convictions that are loosely held. And that is a trait of some of the most successful people that I've seen in crypto who consistently win. They're able to create a thesis. They're able to put some data points around what they believe will happen. They have a strong conviction. But if the market shows its hand and it's something different than what they thought, they're able to change their mind. They're able to remove their ego and they're able to go where the market is telling them. And the fifth step on the path to six figures in crypto is making sure that nobody steals your crypto. Ask anyone that was using Celsius or BlockFi or Voyager or FTX if you can trust a centralized custodian with your crypto, and they will for sure tell you that you cannot. The power of crypto is that we have full control over our assets. We don't need a centralized custodian. We don't need a middleman to own our value for us. We can own it ourselves. And if you're going to be successful in crypto, I really think you need to lean into that. Get yourself a hardware wallet, own your crypto, store it. And if you're going to be holding crypto for the long term, especially, keep it offline. Now, if you're going to be trading crypto and you're keeping it on an exchange or keeping it in a hot wallet, that's an entirely different thing. But if you're here for the long term and you've got crypto that you know you want to hold for years to come, there is no reason to leave it sitting on an exchange. And when it comes to a hardware wallet and a key storage solution, I can't recommend enough the Trezor hardware wallets and the CryptoTag key storage solution. And if you want to know how I set up my cold storage, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on it for you. And then lastly, on this topic of not getting your crypto taken, I have seen so many people get scammed in this space and you have got to avoid it at all costs. If you're getting DMs, if you're getting email messages from people you don't know, accounts you don't know, they're sending you weird links to claim, 50 Bitcoin or get in this airdrop or whitelist for this NFT collection. That is stuff that you have got to vet very deeply. You cannot just blindly click on links. I can't tell you how many people in crypto I've seen. It pains me to hear these stories of people who are building a portfolio for years. They click a link and in the blink of an eye, everything they've worked for is gone. Owning your crypto, owning your security, having that at the forefront of your mind, that is the most important thing you can do, because the worst thing that can happen is that you can build a portfolio that is destined to be successful for the long term, and you lose it as fast as you can click a link. And the sixth step that you need to take on building a six-figure crypto portfolio is having a long-term mindset. The fact is, while we are not the earliest adopters of this technology, crypto is still in its infancy, and it is being adopted at a rate faster than any technology in the history of mankind. And yes, there are a lot of projects that will not stand the test of time. They will die out. We've seen that from cycle to cycle, but the long-term winners will stand tall, and they will be the pillars of helping revolutionize financial markets, identification systems, and generally how we manage and transfer our valuable assets in the future. When you have a long-term mindset, it's easier for you to stomach the volatility and the emotion that the crypto market can throw at you because you're not so much worried about what happens today or what happens next week. You're thinking years or maybe even decades into the future. The crypto market currently sits at a $1.5 trillion valuation, and I believe that over the next 5 to 10 years, we will see a $10 to $20 trillion crypto market in terms of overall market value. So when I think about long-term projects that I'm interested in, I like to think about what percentage of the market could this project have at a 5, a 10, or a $20 trillion crypto market, and that's how I base my long-term decisions. Getting started on the right path in crypto is not easy, but you can chart a path to success if you follow the steps that I've laid out in this video, and I know that's true because I've done it myself. And if you found value in this video, please drop a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and let me know in the comments what type of content or videos you would like to see in the future, and I'll be sure to make those for you, and I'll see you in the next video.